Macmillan Audio presents The Nowhere Child by Christian White. Read for you by Katherine Littrell. Melbourne, Australia. Now. Mind if I join you? The stranger asked. He was somewhere in his 40s, with shy good looks and an American accent. He wore a slick, wet parka and bright yellow sneakers. The shoes must have been new, because they squeaked when he moved his feet. He sat down at my table before waiting for an answer and said, "You're Kimberly Leamy, right?" I was between classes at Northampton Community TAFE, where I taught photography 3 nights a week. The cafeteria was usually bustling with students, but tonight it had taken on an eerie, post-apocalyptic emptiness. It had been raining nearly 6 days straight, but the double-glazed glass kept the noise out. "Just Kim," I said, feeling mildly frustrated. I didn't have long left on my break and had been enjoying my solitude. Earlier that week, I'd found a worn old copy of Stephen King's Pet Sematary propping up the leg of a table in the staff room, and since then, I'd been busily consuming it. I've always been a big reader, and horror is a particular favorite of mine. My younger sister, Amy, would often watch in frustration as I finished 3 books in the same time it took her to read 1. The key to fast reading is to have a boring life, I once told her. Amy had a fiancé and a 3-year-old daughter. I had Stephen King. "My name is James Finn," the man said. He placed a manila folder on the table between us and closed his eyes for a moment, like an Olympic diver mentally preparing to leap. "Are you a teacher or a student?" I asked. "Neither, actually." He opened the folder, removed an 8x10-inch photo and slid it across the table. There was something mechanical about the way he moved. Every gesture was measured and confident. The 8x10 showed a young girl sitting on a lush green lawn, with deep blue eyes and a mop of shaggy dark hair. She was smiling, but it was perfunctory, like she was sick of having a picture taken. "Does she look familiar to you?" he asked. "No, I don't think so. Should she? Would you mind looking again?" He leaned back in his chair, closely gauging my response. Indulging him, I looked at the photo again. The blue eyes, the overexposed face, the smile that wasn't really a smile. Perhaps she did look familiar now. "I don't know. I'm sorry. Who is she?" "Her name is Sammy Went. This photo was taken on her 2nd birthday. 3 days later, she was gone." "Gone?" "Taken from her home in Manson, Kentucky. Right out of her 2nd-floor bedroom. Police found no evidence of an intruder. There were no witnesses, no ransom note. She just vanished." "I think you're looking for Edna," I said. "She teaches crime and justice studies. I'm just a photography teacher, but Edna lives for all this true crime stuff." "I'm here to see you," he said, then cleared his throat before continuing. "Some people thought she wandered into the woods, got taken by a coyote or a mountain lion, but how far could a 2-year-old wander? The most likely scenario is Sammy was abducted." "Okay. So, are you an investigator?" "Actually, I'm an accountant." He exhaled deeply, and I caught the smell of spearmint on his breath. "But I grew up in Manson, and know the Went family pretty well." My class was set to start in 5 minutes, so I made a point of checking my watch. "I'm very sorry to hear about this girl, but I'm afraid I have a class to teach. Of course, I'm happy to help. What kind of donation did you have in mind?" "Donation?" "Aren't you raising money for the family? Isn't that what this is about?" "I don't need your money," he said with a chilly tone.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?